It's Ketchup Packets.
Hey everybody, I'm Sean.
I'm Nate.
And this is Ketchup Packets. Today we're going to watch The Expanse, Season 2, Episode 9, The Weeping Somnambulist. What does the word somnambulist mean to you, Nate?
It sounds like a nonsense Dr. Seuss word.
Yeah, it kind of does. I'm pretty sure it means sleepwalker, or that's what it technically translates to, and I believe it's a really old word for zombie.
Okay.
So, space zombies.
Like space zombies.
I think you might be... I'm begrudgingly saying we have to put evidence in your column here.
Yeah.
No, I know that word there's a really old German movie that I learned about in film studies class in college called The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, and he's got the somnambulist, which is basically a zombie that he has in a cabinet.
Yeah. Okay.
And so that's the only reason I know what that word is. When they're teaching you about German Expressionism as an early kind of film, they show you that movie. So yeah, but what does that mean on this show?
Well, oh man, maybe I'm just hoping here, but I'm thinking maybe we're gonna get a little bit more protomolecule action.
Yeah.
Considering the closest thing that we've seen to a somnambulist, if that does mean what you say it means in this show, is like I said, glowing blue
Space
zombie.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I think we're going to get Draper talking to, whatever committee or tribunal or whatever is assembled to assess what happened on Ganymede. So if we don't see more protomolecule, we'll at least be discussing it, I think. Mars seems to have some sort of agenda there. Last time we met our new buddy who was from Ganymede, the Asian guy who watched his friend get spaced.
Had a plant in a vial.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
A soybean, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Soybean, that's right. Looking for his daughter, right?
That's right.
Yep,
and her
yep.
pediatrician is the new evil guy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's who we have to look out for. And Amos was being weird.
Yeah,
We weren't
Amos
really
was
sure
acting
why.
strange. That's right.
So hoping they clear that up or give us more info on that. But I'm excited to jump in. What about you?
I think we should just do it.
All right.
Let's go.
Without further ado, let's hit it. Relief ship en route to Ganymede. So that's what the Weeping Somnambulist is. Okay. Martian commandos are scary.
Manifest and ID, please.
Sorry, what?
I'm gonna have to search the rest of the ship.
Copy. You.
Sure, let's waste some more time.
Is that Holden? It sounded like Amos, the other guy. This might be uniforms they got on the Rousey.
I never would have noticed that.
I might be wrong, but I'm pretty good with voices. I think that's Amos.
We're gonna have to impound the ship.
That's outrageous.
Calm down.
No! Enough is enough! We're gonna get out of this room! What the hell?
Melissa, are you alright?
Call it.
You were right.
I've seen your face all over Sirius Station. You're James Holden.
Well, this is out to a good start.
Okay. No, there's people in there.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Jeez. Love the camera work.
Oh, this is going to Earth, and they're not used to the gravity here, so this is probably going to be a hard experience for them.
And I strongly recommend that you use these as well for when we land.
That's not the landing I imagined.
This you left on your bunk.
I forgot it.
No, you didn't.
She doesn't care about her Purple Heart.
Didn't she get it right before she was asked to lie?
Yeah.
There's a lot riding on you, Gunny. Now is not the right time to go to war.
That guy's like a chaplain, right? He's got a religious role, doesn't he?
I'm not totally clear on that, but his pins are of doves. Or flying birds.
I think they said that.
Army. Yeah.
Maybe I'm confused. Sorry if I am.
Remember, keep your eyes front. Do not look up. The UN likes to fly a lot of drones around our compound, so Maintain your dignity. Stay strong. Not here to give the Blues anything to laugh about.
So they don't want their eyes scanned by the UN drones at all? Or no, they're too close to the sun?
Yeah,
or
yep, it's too bright. They did a good job of kind of showing this from their perspective.
On your feet.
It's like super blown out,
yeah.
you know?
When you just get gravity sickness just like right away, too. Some people just can't take it at all.
It's not a long walk. It's like 100 feet.
Yeah. There's the way that she's stumbling, like their feet don't move quite right either, you know? They're trudging. That's all probably totally realistic, too. Like, I imagine that would happen to people who were born outside of the Earth environment.
Absolutely.
Venus. They should have gotten long-range scans of the Eris impact site by now.
Just some preliminary atmospheric readings. It's nothing more.
Oh, they're hiding the data they're getting.
They haven't seen anything they didn't expect. I've been getting personal updates from Colonel Janice.
I wouldn't mind being in that loop.
Well, I think you have more than enough on your plate already.
No, Aaron Wright, you're...
Ganymede spoiling for a rematch. The Martian delegation is here willing to talk. I think one of us needs a clear head for peace to really get a chance.
Yeah, that's you, huh?
I have some drone surveillance of a Martian puking as soon as he steps out of his dropship. If you need a cheap laugh in the meantime.
Maybe later.
There's also a huge advantage Earth has if they come to war, is that invasion seems like it's a very tall order for the Martians to do.
Definitely.
And if that ship does find something on Venus, Aaron Wright is not going to tell you shit.
That's why I have an inside man.
Who? What?
Yeah, I don't know if we know yet.
Oh, that guy. That was the guy that talked to Avasarala.
What do you think Eros left behind on Venus? Little gray humanoids with big black eyes who come to turn us into food?
Worse.
Colonel, we just picked up an MCR and ship in Venus orbit. I don't know why we didn't see this before.
Must be a stealth. From the drive signature, probably a destroyer. They were waiting for us.
There's a Martian destroyer there, he said?
You said a ship.
All right, need hand terminals, please.
So why is this the ship they suspect?
Because we need a ship to get us on the Ganymede station.
Oh, they're just taking their ship.
People
Okay.
there are suffering, you know. These supplies can save lives.
And they'll get where they're needed. I promise.
I don't believe you. Well, voila.
Oh.
Hello. My name is Prax Meng. You don't know me, but I was a colleague.
Proxidiki?
I was a friend of your cousin Doris.
Yeah, maybe we call him Meng.
We worked
Or
together on Ganymede.
I think Prax. I heard
Yeah,
people in the
Prax.
comments call him, or I saw people in the comments call him Prax.
She was on her way back to Mars to be with you, but she was badly injured in transit. And she died. She probably wouldn't have even been on the ship with me if she hadn't helped me.
That was a very tactful way to deliver that news. Nothing he said was not true, but
Yep.
he also didn't have to be as explicit about how she suffered,
They
you know?
spaced her. Oh, God.
She was badly injured, that's true. They don't know you.
Yeah.
Have them watch your message and they'll clear it.
Can't just have anyone transmitting.
Amos!
This seems perfectly reasonable that your comms are locked down. Have them watch it.
You didn't answer me when I called.
What? It's been like a minute.
Yeah.
Am I a prisoner?
I don't think so.
Then I have the right to know why. And I'm not going anywhere until you tell me.
I mean, they have a very high stakes mission and they don't really know you, so maybe they need to, you know, you might send out a coded message or something, I guess. I don't know.
Take a look at what you said.
I hope the strain of Earth's gravity hasn't been too much for you to bear.
Not at all. I was a Marine
I hate
for
that guy.
45 years. We trained extensively in 1G. It's like riding a bike.
With tires made of lead. It's nice to be having an actual conversation instead of trading recordings for once.
It would have been even nicer if you had met us halfway.
Everyone's just throwing veiled insults back and forth.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, but
Diplomatic
nice
meetings
conversation,
between
my ass. You know?
Yeah, they're not exactly allied nations.
Extend his greetings. We have a lot on our agenda.
Oh, look at that
Military
fancy
bureaucrats
technology.
piss me off so much.
Yeah.
They're just readiness to like let their own egos allow them to start throwing bodies at a problem.
Yeah, they're playing games with people's lives.
Exactly.
Are there any other MCRN ships in the area?
No, sir. But with their stealth tech, there could be.
Put me on broadcast, please.
It's got to be hard to have an enemy who could have ships at any location and that are stealth
Missiles
cloaked.
in the area. Take us in.
All hands make ready for Venus orbit.
Oh, they're going to Venus. Dope. Woo! I'm excited.
When we find him, I believe we'll find your daughter.
You can stop pretending to care about my daughter. What does she have to do with this proto-molecule you're after?
How do you know about that?
I told him. He's helping us. We should be straight with him.
Good point.
Yeah.
Are we supposed to find anyone there?
Well, the first step is getting there. We'll leave the Somnambulist once we dock, and then we'll intermingle with the locals.
And then?
And then we'll assess the situation and take it from there.
Your plan's always
Needle
this
in a
vague.
haystack.
This is about average.
You must be very lucky.
We've certainly had our fair share.
Hey,
If we leave the Somnambulist after we land, how are we supposed to get back?
Plan A is hitching a ride to an outgoing relief ship. Plan B.
That'd be me.
Is that a chart of all the moons of Jupiter, all their orbits?
Yeah.
We'll scoop you up. We'll strap in for a max burn up and out.
With every torpedo that every MCRN ship in orbit can launch, heading straight at us.
Yep.
That's your plan.
Outrun torpedoes.
Yep.
I hope good luck rubs
He's a
off.
good pilot. Amos seems to be maybe back in his sorts again a little bit.
Yeah, I think so. He's being his old sarcastic self again, you know? Not quite sarcastic, but he just has... He's carefree.
Mm-hmm. He's not immediately aggressive and, like, solemn and quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Window clear.
Cool. I want one of those.
I think a technology like that is real in the present. It's just really expensive and high-tech at this point, but I think they have walls that can change their function like that.
This is Marine Gunnery Sergeant Roberta Draper. She will be giving you her account of the battle.
Is she gonna lie?
And in the interests of transparency, you're welcome to examine her power armor as well.
If I'm gonna guess, she put on the Purple Heart.
Mm-hmm. So she's gonna
She's
lie?
not gonna lie.
Oh.
My team formed a firing line and prepared to engage if the Blues, the UN Marines, crossed 500 meters, which would have put them on our side of the zone. They were closing in on us fast.
Yeah, she's not gonna lie.
We mistook a training exercise as an active engagement and opened fire without orders.
Oh,
That is a lie, but it's... Is that the lie that she was told to tell?
I think so.
We appreciate your candor.
Thank you, Sergeant Draper.
She's gonna do it.
We
Wait.
can't change what happened,
Hope
but
so.
we can move forward in the effort of peace.
Come on.
Ganymede Station is an important food supply.
She's a good soldier. She follows orders.
And it's in neither
But
of our
Avasarala can
interests.
tell because she knows everything.
Yep.
Travis was a good soldier! He died for Mars and you all just threw him into the goddamn crusher!
Travis did die for Mars. And if that story stops a war that we do not want, then he died a hero. You did well in there, Gunny. The hard part's over. You can relax now.
Just threw your dead friend under the bus. Just relax.
Home soon. Try to focus on that.
She's pissed off.
Open the
Yeah.
shades.
What's the story with these two? They're just unwilling ride-alongs for this now.
Lasagna. I really put my foot in this batch, partner. I think you're gonna like it.
Wait, what?
Be careful down there, Arthur.
That's an interesting expression.
Careful up here, Martian.
Yeah, very interesting.
You too.
Put your foot in this batch? Is that like a wine-making analogy or something?
Who knows? I definitely think it's cool for a story in the future to have random turns of phrase that make no sense to us, because those kinds of things do pop up all the time.
Docking bridge is clear.
Really, the way they speak should be much more unintelligible to us, because it's so far in the future.
Maintain full radio silence till we do.
That wouldn't be fun to watch, though.
No.
All right, then. So we're done.
One last thing. I'd like to speak to Sergeant Draper again. I have a few questions. Just little things I need her to clarify.
Madam, this has been an exhausting session.
I find it hard to believe that a Martian Marine would be fatigued from sitting in a chair. We all came here in the hopes that we could begin to trust each other. And it would be regrettable to undo the progress we've made over something as trivial as this. I want to speak with Sergeant Draper. Now.
Damn, she's good.
She really is.
I want to do my part to make Mars a new Earth.
An entire nation dedicated to a common goal. To turn a lifeless rock into a garden.
That's what her friend said to her, the guy who committed
He
suicide.
wanted to retire to Mars.
Yeah.
But he died. Did you know that the majority of people on Earth don't have jobs? They don't work at all. They live on basic assistance, which the government provides.
Dude, I'm all in.
In this building, it's easy to forget.
With all due respect, madam, where are you going with this?
Wherever I goddamn like.
What?
Do you really believe that after all that sacrifice and all his training, the training that made him, as you said, one of your best soldiers, do you believe after all that hard work that Travis would jeopardize the lives of his fellow soldiers by foolishly jumping the gun? No, then why would he open fire without order?
She knew what point to, what angle to hit it from, you know?
I don't know. We thought we were under attack.
Under attack? So you were fired upon?
No, he was trying to kill the enemy. I didn't even know what it was. Nobody did. He wasn't wearing a vac suit.
Sergeant Draper has been through a severe traumatic event.
Whoever the fuck you are, stand down and... Unless there is something you don't want her to say.
Do as you've been instructed, Sergeant.
That's conflicting instructions.
Exactly.
Sergeant Draper, what made you open fire?
It was Travis.
Yeah.
He panicked.
Officer Rollin knows better.
Yeah,
Sergeant
but
Draper answered all of your questions, madam. Thank you, Sergeant. That will be all.
even Aaron Wright can tell something's going on.
What is that? Well, it's just a bit of science history. It's the Drake equation.
Looks like 6th grade algebra.
The average rate of star formation times the fraction of stars formed with planets.
It's like how many planets with life there should be, right?
It suggests there are over 36 million advanced civilizations out there doing all kinds of things that we just don't understand.
If that were true, we would have detected signals by now.
Not necessarily. Space is a big, empty place. We might be too far apart, or perhaps they're just broadcasting the signals for too short a time.
How convenient.
There also might be a dark forest situation going on. Do you know what that means? No. We'll discuss it after.
Colonel, stop. Hold it. Go in on that. What is that?
It's a giant floating title card in the sky. Oh, wow.
The crater's huge, or what?
Yeah, it looks like a hole in the atmosphere.
Oh, and he copied it or something, or sent it to someone?
The presence of biological compounds in the air above the crater. Life in an environment that melts lead. It should be impossible.
Eros changes everything. Just like a soldier on Ganymede without a suit.
Nothing untoward's going on here. We just need to hide under your skirt for a little while. Lie.
Very nice.
What a beautiful spot.
After we land, Locomotive will come on board. Take 10% of our cargo. It's perfectly normal. Business as usual.
It doesn't have to be. Not with us here. I'm sure we can convince them.
I don't want you doing a goddamn thing.
Yeah, why didn't you? Why you would just want it to run normally?
Jeez.
Reminds me of
Tape on the windows.
It's probably like super strength, like sealing gel, actually, but it looks like tape.
It might be super
strength
efficient tape. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we know him? Holden seems to think he does.
Yep. See, this time we're taking all of the cargo and the ship. We being somnambulists. I like that. Now, are you gonna call the harbor master and get us clearance to leave or no?
All right, we have a deal.
We got company!
Did we get everybody? Did we get everybody? Oh, okay. Boy, that was a risky move to just walk out the door like that. Who needs cover, right?
Nope.
They were gonna kill you.
No.
We had to do something.
They were gonna kill both of you, though, so, I mean, yes, it's still terrible, but...
Were they, though?
I think they were.
Not just take their stuff in their ship and ditch them?
They were gonna kill them there. After they called and got clearance, they were gonna kill them. Maybe not even dump the bodies. Wait till they get to space and dump the bodies.
Get off my ship! Go!
That's a rough one.
Yeah. Jeez.
Alright. Well.
Yeah.
The Weeping Somnambulist. So the whole episode was sort of the journey there on that ship, I guess, you know.
What is the weeping? I still am not quite understanding how the title...
It's just the name of that ship.
Oh, yeah.
That's all. Yeah.
Wow.
And Draper sort of, you know, for a second got persuaded not to lie, but then reminded to lie right away.
Feel like, you know, there's a thing about if you're in a situation like that, you just let the cat out of the bag.
Because they can't...
It's protection.
Exactly,
You know,
yeah.
it's like you were obviously told to lie by your superiors about the situation. That's much more serious. We already dealt with Eros, you know. We know. We know more about this situation than, you know...
Right, but when you're part of a command structure, it's much more difficult to just say, well, forget about that, because there will be consequences for your life and the things in your life that you care about, you know, even if you're like, oh, well, okay, the people right above me will get in trouble and they can't retaliate, but the people who take their place still can and will, because they still, you know, they need you to obey the command structure, even if it's, you know, it's complicated and fraught.
Yeah, I know. I understand totally. When she ended up lying at the end of the day, I was like, you know, there was like a 30-70 shot.
Especially after the guy said, do as you've been instructed, Sergeant. You know, like that was a very sneaky way of him being like, remember to lie. You know?
Yeah. Wow. But, yeah, it seems like, especially at the end of that episode, just like, all the meddling, it just always ends in blood.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, and that's, you know, it's kind of the frustrating thing about all of these situations in this show, it's just like there's always casualties. There's always kind of innocent casualties to everything, and it's
right. Like they can make their plans, but
yeah, the stakes are always high, and like every time you're like, you know, I think that there's going to be further casualties from that lie too. You know, like if they had known that, like, oh, there was a glowing blue person without a spacesuit there, that fact being hidden is going to end up costing so many lives.
Yeah, I'm just really wondering when we're going to find out about when we're going to see more of that. And this Venus stuff too, like I thought they were about to show us what was going on Venus, but they just, he
was a lead-up episode.
Yeah, it really was. It's making me excited to watch the next one.
I know.
I feel like it's really going to pop off in the next one. And next one's number 10, which the first season was only 10 episodes, but this season is 13. But maybe episode 10 will still have a lot of explosiveness to it, and then there'll be like 3 bonus episodes after that or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, this episode did bring us like right up to the very edge of a lot of stuff happening. So
for sure.
I'm expecting that all to pop off.
And they're going to find that pediatrician next week. I feel like there's a small chance that he doesn't know anything and that he's the wrong lead completely, because when they found him, they were like, it can't be that easy when they found him. So I'm wondering if they're on, but you know, so many, like the Prax and his daughter and all that being, you know, like that, there's too much built around this for it to be a wrong lead, I guess.
Well, and maybe he knows something but isn't quite as nefarious, because they were immediately like, he's the villain now.
Yeah.
You know, kind of pointed us in that direction, but you know, get to him and just be like, yeah, I know about this project, but I've been trying to like chase it down this entire time, or like, you know, I kidnapped her because they were planning on using her, but I wouldn't let them. You know, it could be anything.
He could, like, I saw this thing in her, it clearly means she's been affected by this, and I'm trying to, you know, research it and figure it out because I know they're up to no good, and she's somebody that they've harmed, you know.
You're working with the proto-molecule, and it's like trying to find a cure.
Could be.
Right, you know, it could be anything.
Could be space zombies.
Could be space zombies, and you know what? Seems to be working out that way, doesn't it?
Well, but Somnambulist turned out not to be the point for you that we thought it was.
But that's also, the ships could be named anything. So like the fact that the ship is called that in the first place, you know, or like, you know, that they sort of, in the title of the episode, they kind of led us in that direction. And then it's like, oh, it's just the name of a ship. And it's like, I don't know. This show does a good job of like making you kind of double take on stuff.
It's true, and they highlighted it a few times, you know, like our characters were saying the name, and then that guy at the end who was going to steal it was, you know, commenting on the name and how he liked it, and it's an uncommon name, so you're right, it could wind up having more significance still. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I'm
liking this.
I have a feeling that we'll be seeing more in the next episode.
That's right.
Yeah, right.
Thanks for joining us again, everybody. Screaming Firehawks.
Sorry, I am wondering what the dark... what you said, dark forest.
Yes.
Theory,
You're right. A dark forest situation for the galaxy. So, this is from the novel The Dark Forest, which is the second book in the 3-Body Problem trilogy. And basically, the idea is there is lots of intelligent life in the universe, but broadcasting your position is extremely dangerous, because if you do the game theory calculations for advanced civilizations in the universe, if you know where another civilization is, the safest and smartest choice is always to just destroy them as soon as you can, and from far away. Because if you allow them to continue to exist, and you could find their location, it means that eventually they will find your location.
Yeah.
And you can't guarantee that they're not hostile, or that they will communicate honestly with you. So, like, I don't know, I don't have the details of it, right? I'm sure, but the gist of it is, if you know where another advanced civilization is, the safest and smartest choice is to destroy it. So because of that, broadcasting your position in the galaxy at all is very unwise to do. So it might be full of life that are all hiding on purpose.
Yeah, I guess if you take humans as an example of an intelligent species, we are extremely dangerous.
Right, it's like, it's about passing, they call it a dark forest, because it's like, imagine you're passing through a dark forest, and you know there are predators in the forest. You're going to try and go as undetected as possible, and just keep moving through it until the night is over. The only difference with the situation in the galaxy is the night never ends.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. So, yeah. Even if you're not sure if it's a predator or friend, if you're not sure what it is,
stay silent.
Yeah, stay silent.
Right. So
interesting.
The galaxy is a dark forest, and that might very well be the real situation with why there ought to be a ton of intelligent life and there isn't. It's because showing signs that you're there is deadly.
Yeah. Seems like an interesting just, you know, side theory as to why the proto-molecule is, like, in our solar system in the first place. Maybe somebody figured out that we were here and they were like, we have to wipe them
Or they
out,
said it's been there for billions of years, so they figured out that life was beginning on Earth or whatever, and they were like, nip that in the bud before it becomes advanced or something, maybe, you know? Who knows? I guess we'll see next time. Yeah, we were kind of starting a sign-off, and then you reminded me to say that, so yeah.
Sorry, I was...
No, it's all good.
curious,
I'm glad you brought that back up. Thanks for coming, everybody. It's always fun to watch. We're gonna keep plugging right along here. If this episode's a couple days late, that's because of Thanksgiving festivities and all that. Hope everyone had a good holiday, but we'll see you soon. I'm Sean.
I'm Nate.
This is Ketchup Packets.